Hello and welcome to Tech for Music Makers. I'm the lead music maker here. My name's MJ. And today we're doing a shootout between the AKGC414 XL-II and the SHURE SM7B. And I'm going to just take you right into Cubase for this demo, so you can hear the difference between these two awesome microphones. I'm not trying to establish which one is superior. I'm just trying to establish which one sounds better for my voice, and as a producer and as an engineer, which one will require the least amount of vocal processing with plugins. Because as you probably know, the more processing you do to a vocal, the more you degrade its quality, unless you're actually going for that effect. I want to keep my vocals as clear as possible to hear the enunciation, the T's, the S's, the P's, all those things. And I have found with the SHURE SM7B that's hard to do because it doesn't have a particularly crisp upper end. And being that it is a dynamic microphone, it is not as responsive with all the transients. Actually smears the transients. And so I've been looking for a microphone that's clear, has more presence, but maintains that thickness and body, since I do a lot of rap vocals as well as singing and broadcasting. So you are going to hear these two microphones in many different contexts with this little song that I wrote. It's called Dancing in the Moonlight. I've just got 5 Serum tracks here: Serum bass, Serum keys, Serum 808, Serum pads, and a Cubase drum loop that I dropped in. So not a particularly complex arrangement. The vocals are all first take. I didn't go back and fix them. I didn't add auto-tune. It's just, you're going to hear they're flat at some point. So just very natural recording. And again, in very different contexts, you can hear singing, broadcasting, and rapping. You can hear all 3 of those contexts. In terms of processing, the only processing I've added to these vocal tracks is CLA vocals. And CLA vocals, I've deactivated the bass and the treble controls. I'm only using some large room reverb along with some slap reverb and a tiny bit of pitch shifting, just to give it, a kind of a produced sort of sound. But the important thing to understand is I've applied the same exact processing to each one of these vocal takes. So there's nothing different in terms of the way they've been processed. I recorded them same exact length from the microphone, the same gain levels. So everything is exactly the same except for the microphones. So let's get into it. We're going to start with the AKG and then we'll go to the SM7B. And the way you'll know which microphone is playing is by the color on the screen. All of the orange clips are the AKGC414. All of the blue clips are the SM7B. So orange, AKG, blue, SM7B. Oh, and one more thing. I use the Omni mode for the C414. It's got 6 different modes on it. A lot of people say to use cardioid, but if you have a treated studio, you definitely want to use Omni because it's a much more open sound that really mimics super high-end microphones. So it's in Omni mode. I used cardioid earlier, and sounds like a very closed sound that I'm not really particularly fond of. So anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. And again, we're going to start with the AKG, and then because it's in the orange, and then you'll hear the SMB as soon as it switches over to the blue clip. Here we go.
It's gonna be all night, we dance to the moonlight. All night we dance to the moonlight, the moonlight. It's gonna be all night, we dance to the moonlight. All night we dance to the moonlight, the moonlight. It's gonna be all night, we dance to the moonlight. All night we dance to the moonlight, the moonlight. It's gonna be all night, we dance to the moonlight. All night we dance to the moonlight, the moonlight. It's gonna be all night, we dance to the moonlight. All night we dance to the moonlight, the moonlight. It's gonna be all night, we dance to the moonlight. All night we dance to the moonlight, the moonlight. It's gonna be all night, we dance to the moonlight. All night we dance to the moonlight, the moonlight. It's gonna be all night, we dance to the moonlight. All night we dance dance to the moonlight. The moonlight is gonna be all night. We dance to the moonlight. We all night we dance to the moonlight. The moonlight is gonna be all night. We dance to the moonlight. We all night we dance to the moonlight. The moonlight. All night we dance to the moonlight. All I wanna do is sway with you all night. Slow dance, wild dance on the beach till the sun comes up, baby. We'll never sleep. All night we dance to the moonlight. All I wanna do is sway with you all night. Slow dance, wild dance on the beach till the sun comes up, baby. We'll never sleep. All night we dance to the moonlight. All I wanna do is sway with you all night. Slow dance, wild dance on the beach till the sun comes up, baby. We'll never sleep. All night we dance to the moonlight. All I wanna do is sway with you all night. Slow dance, wild dance on the beach till the sun comes up, baby. We'll never sleep. It's gonna be all night. We dance to the moonlight. We all night we dance to the moonlight. The moonlight is gonna be all night. We dance to the moonlight. We all night we dance to the moonlight. The moonlight is gonna be all night. We dance to the moonlight. We all night we dance to the moonlight. The moonlight is gonna be all night. We dance to the moonlight. We all night we dance to the moonlight. The moonlight. This is a test comparing the AKGC414 XL-II with the SHURE SM7B. So hopefully this has been a helpful test and you will be more informed to make a decision about which mic is best for you. This is a test comparing the AKGC414 XL-II with the SHURE SM7B. So hopefully this has been a helpful test and you will be more informed to make a decision about which mic is best for you. This is a test comparing the AKGC414 XL-II with the SHURE SM7B. Well, there you have it, my friends. I think that last clip there really exposes the difference between these mics. The C414, much brighter mic, also smoother and more present in the critical mids. The reason I know this for sure is because I know my voice for sure. And I process my voice hundreds and hundreds of hours, and I can tell exactly which tones are present and which ones aren't. And I can tell you with the AKG C414, definitely hearing the smoothness in the mid-range and the presence of the mid-range that's kind of absent from the SM7B. The SM7B has some lower end beef, but it's more in the low mids. If you've used the SM7B before and you've ever really barked into it and you've done some really dynamic transient rap into it, you know that if you're somewhat close to it, and I'm not even saying you're eating it, but you know, you're somewhat close, it has a major proximity effect. And I know you can roll off the 100, and I know you can use dynamic EQ to knock it down, but the thing we find is that the more we process the vocal heavily, especially when we get into FET compressors and optical compressors like LA2, that brings up those lower frequencies, you get low-mid resonance that is hard to remove. And if you dynamically remove it, I mean, you can surgically remove it, of course, but the more you remove, the thinner the vocal gets. And it becomes really problematic. Any engineer who has processed a SHURE SM7B vocal recording in a very dense mix knows exactly what I'm talking about. You're fighting two things, the low-range resonance, which is great for broadcasting, by the way, and the lack of the upper range presence, even if the presence switch has been activated on the SHURE SM7B, because it's hard to recreate what isn't there in the first place. Whereas in stark contrast to that, the AKG C414 doesn't include that really low mid resonance, and it also has upper end presence that you don't have to recreate. So my verdict on this is, and again, this is just about my voice. It's not about, determining which mic is superior. But I think from every application that I've heard so far, the AKG C414
is unparalleled. I mean, it is a professional level studio recording microphone for rapping and singing, and that's what it's meant for. It wasn't designed as a broadcast microphone like the SM7B. The SM7B adds a lot of beef to the voice, but it also is very slow to process transients, and it actually smears transients, whereas the AKG, you can very clearly hear all of the transients, and the more you process them, if you need to back them off, you can, but they're there, and you don't need to recreate them. So let's listen to these two clips right at the end again to really hear, and let's focus on the transients, the T's, the S's, and let's hear how clear those are compared to the SM7B. The test comparing the AKGC414 XL-II with the SHURE SM7B. So as you hear, the SM7B, it does have sibilance. It's there, but it's very controlled. And it's very, shall we say, lightweight. That's great in a low-density mix or for broadcasting. It's excellent. Excellent control. And it's an excellent mic for those purposes. So if you have a lo-fi mix or a sparse mix, SM7B can work awesome, because you can still hear that sibilance, or you can, add a little more to it if you want it to be a little more crisp. But for dense mixes, modern mixes, pop mixes, EDM, all sorts of things like that, where you have a lot of high-end information, the Shure SM7B just doesn't have that upper end. And even if you add the presence boost, it's just not there. So I'm going to play you these last two clips one more time, because I think they're so telling. And this is the one where you hear the low vocal and the high vocal together for harmony. Let's hear the AKG and then the SM7B, given all of the things I just said about the two.
It's gonna be all night we dance to the moonlight. All night we dance to the moonlight. The moonlight is gonna be all night we dance to the moonlight. All night we dance to the moonlight. The moonlight.
So it's not that the Shure SM7B doesn't sound great, because it's a wonderful microphone. It just accentuates different parts of the voice that actually don't lend themselves to the type of music that I've talked about. In pop music and in rap, even in rock, you want to have that smooth midtone, that presence midtone that you can hear very clearly with the AKG that the Shure SM7B just simply does not add. It's just not there. And there's a reason for that, because again, it's a broadcast mic. So my overall verdict is the AKG C414 is definitely going to be better for most pop mainstream applications, whereas the Shure SM7B I would reserve for broadcasting, for darker mixes, for sparser mixes, where you don't need that upper end sheen and where you're not as concerned about having the presence of that mid-range. So that's it for me. I hope this has been very helpful for me. If you have any, if you have any, it's definitely been helpful for me. Let me say that. It has helped me really understand which mic is better for the applications that I use. But if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Please like this. Please share it. Take some sort of action that will help me lift it up in the viewership on YouTube if you liked it, if you found it helpful. And I'll be doing a lot more of these. The next shootout I'm going to do is between the SM7B and this mic that I'm on right now, which is a Shure Beta SM58A. This is a fantastic microphone for $100. And you can actually buy it for $50 in many places. And it almost sounds identical to the SM7B in so many different applications. So anyways, that's it for me again. Thanks for dropping in, and God bless.